Hi, I hope you're having a great day. You're doing all the things you want to do, and you're feeling fine. You're feeling loved by your family. Did you give them a hug today? I hope so, and I hope they gave you a big hug back and maybe even a kiss on the cheek. So, I have a story about me I wanted to say, and I'm just happy to be here to be able to do this video because I was driving on the freeway as usual. Great day. Everything was going fine. I was feeling good driving. I was in the fast lane, but I wasn't going too fast. And everything was just wonderful. And for some reason, out of the side of my eye, something didn't look right. So I turned my head and I noticed the person in the middle lane was coming over to my lane as I'm driving along. And she was really close. I mean, she was right there. I thought, okay, in a couple seconds, I'm going to have a big impact on my car. I was thinking this is the type of thing that can kill me because we're both going so fast. I'm in the fast lane. And I was thinking, okay, when she hits me, hold on to the steering wheel, try to guide it into the side of the road. Luckily, I had some extra area on the side that maybe I could drive into if she didn't hit me too hard, such that I tumbled over. And I was planning on this collision, which looked like it was imminent. I was too scared to look back because I felt I needed to keep control of the car at all times, and nothing I could do really to have her to stop her because she was right there. Well, luckily she didn't hit me, but I was sweating bullets for a second or two, and I just knew that this was going to be a very rough day for me. I escaped by the skin of my teeth, and I made it to live another day. But it just shows how vulnerable we are. When we're on the freeway, everything's going great. We're happy, the car's doing good, weather's good. You don't see any problems. It doesn't mean that the person next to you doesn't have a problem. And you should be very, very grateful for every day we get because we don't know when. Because of our own doings or something that we know about, or whether it's something else that's going on in somebody else's life that could just really make a big problem for you. So I'm glad to be here with you today. I'm glad to be able to say hi and greet you and send my love to you and to make sure that you're getting some good vibes and we're connecting on this YouTube. The picture I'm showing of you is a young lady who was a member of the Women's NBA, National Basketball Association. And when her name is Tiffany Jackson, and when she was in her late 20s, she developed breast cancer. It was diagnosed when she was around in her 30s, and she's been battling this for 7 years. She still remained connected with the Basketball Association, but she has now died. She died this past Monday, and very sad to hear the news. I didn't know her. I didn't know of her struggle, but I heard of it today. And I wanted to say that at any age, you can develop breast cancer. Now, I'm going to also mention that breast cancer doesn't only strike women, it also strikes men. That's one of the many diagnoses that came out of the Camp Lejeune water problem. The Marines had a camp named Camp Lejeune, and the water was contaminated. No one knew about this. No one told people about this. And so they were drinking this water. All the people on the camp, whether they were cooks or janitors or Marines or wives or children, and they got all kinds of diseases, one of which was male breast cancer. And so breast cancer can strike you at any age, and you need to always be aware of breast self-exam. Breast self-exam is great because you carry your breasts with you every day. You have many occasions. You can easily check your breasts for anything new or unusual. It's very easy, and it's not difficult to learn. You have to start doing breast exams in order to learn how to do a good breast exam. So you have to start doing your own breast exams to know how your own breasts feel. Some people say, well, I don't know what to check for in my breast. I'm not a doctor. Well, you check your breasts regularly, and you'll find the lumps and bumps that are normal in your breast. There might not be in another breast, but your breast you're going to know very well. And then what you're looking for is something new or different, doesn't feel the same as you remember your breast, or which is changing. You checked it last week and it feels different now. And you can also check in your armpits. If you're getting lumps in your armpits or in your neck, that's a sign you might have spread of breast cancer. So you want to make sure you check first, make sure you're doing regular self-breast exams, and then of course you can get a breast exam from someone like this lady. And I'm going to play her bit here.
Women age 40 and older, it's time to schedule your annual mammogram. This simple screening can help detect breast cancer early before signs and symptoms appear, when the odds of successful treatment are at their highest. Women age 40 and older should get a mammogram every year, and women under 40 with a family history of breast cancer should get a mammogram according to their doctor's recommendations. If you've been putting off scheduling your mammogram, remember there's danger in delay. Don't make your health wait. Make the most of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Schedule your mammogram at Trios Health today.
Okay, what I'm going to say that I think differs a little bit, I don't think everyone who's 40 and older needs a yearly mammogram. That's one of the important things of doing your own breast self-exam. But if you feel nervous, and many people feel that they are at high risk of breast cancer, you can get a yearly mammogram. And if you have insurance, that'll pay for it. And often some of these radiology services will give a free breast exam during October, which is Breast Cancer Education and Awareness Month. So you can also look for that. You should know that radiation from these mammograms is additive. So that getting a yearly mammogram from the time you are 40 is going to increase your radiation exposure in your breasts. So radiation is known to be one factor which can cause unusual cell growth and develop into a cancer. It's a risk. So I personally took a risk. I didn't do a yearly mammogram starting from age 40, but I did do breast exams, and also be very, very, like I said, check your armpits and your neck, and also get in tune with your body. Do your breasts feel abnormal in any way? Do you see any dimpling on your breasts? Do you see any unusual skin retraction of your breast, or dimpling, or is one breast looking different than the other? And that wasn't true before, but now your one breast looks a little different than the other. Get just really familiar with your body, and your body will send you out normal various signs that you need to have further evaluation. And don't be put off by somebody who wants to give you a quickie breast exam. Now, I find that if I go to a Middle Eastern doctor, they're very afraid to touch my breasts. They are afraid of women, and they don't feel comfortable doing a good breast exam. So I don't like to go to a Middle Eastern doctor for my breast exams because I find they are not comfortable with breast exams. They are not comfortable handling breast complaints. That's my personal experience. But I just give that out there as a warning. So, and the other thing you need to watch out, of course, if you have a family history of breast cancer, you might be a candidate for a preventive removal of a breast, and you can discuss that with your doctor. And if you have a nipple discharge, that is also something that needs to be evaluated. But not if you're breastfeeding, of course. But if you have a nipple discharge, you feel like you're not breastfeeding, and it's been long enough away from breastfeeding, or if it's discolored, or if you have blood coming out of your nipple, those are all signs you need to be evaluated more closely and get somebody who really feels comfortable doing a breast exam. A lot of doctors don't. Now, this is also Ovarian Cancer Month. Now, ovarian cancer is a cancer a lot of people don't like to screen for because it is more expensive. You have to do a intrauterine ultrasound and a cancer 125 blood screening in order to check for some of the factors that can help you diagnose ovarian cancer. Let me get to a So there are lots of causes of ovarian cancer, and that talcum case that you hear about on TV and stuff, that was related also to ovarian cancer. People were using talcum powder on their in their vaginal area, and that talcum powder was seen to be a cause of an increased incidence of breast cancer. Of ovarian cancer. So there are lots of different causes of ovarian cancer. I'm not going to go through them all because that would be a full video if I went through all of the causes of ovarian cancer. And there is not one definite cause. If you get ovarian cancer, you have it and it has to be removed. It can be at any age. It's mostly seen in older people. If you're older, don't have kids, or even if you do have kids and your periods start going crazy, or you get belly bloating, or some of the other signs and symptoms. Let me move this here. What's that? So these are some of the other signs and symptoms of ovarian cancer, but that belly bloating needs to be evaluated. And sometimes it's very hard to diagnose. The CA 125 blood test is helpful, but it is an expensive test. Many insurance companies may discourage the doctors from getting it, but if you think that that is on your list of possibilities, get the test. Make sure they give you what you need. You don't want to end up with, oops, I'm sorry, we missed your ovarian cancer, and now you're going to have a whole bunch of surgeries, you're going to be miserable, and you're going to have a shortened life. So do that and make sure you're taking care of yourself. Okay, so that's two of the things I wanted to talk about. And then the next thing is, let me see, where am I? Okay, October is also Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So if you are in a situation where you think you are at risk of battering, or this can be male or female, as we saw in the Johnny Depp case, where Depp showed he was being battered and abused because he had alcoholism and drug problems, and while he was in those conditions, she was taking advantage of him physically and mentally. So if you are being battered, male or female, domestic violence help is available, but you do need to seek it out, and you want to make sure you do it early. You don't want to wait until you have severe injuries or until children are hurt or killed. There is a domestic violence hotline number. Let me see if I can find that. One 1-800-799-7233 is one. Your county may have another number for you to call, and this is a great starting point for information, and also to find where you can get help, especially if you need it urgently. So I just wanted to put that out there as something else people should know. Domestic violence can happen in any family. It doesn't have to be a poor family. Rich families, poor families, middle class families. And it's going to be seen more and more as a lot of companies are moving. They're going to be abandoning their workers, laying people off. People are going to be out of jobs, and they're going to be having family financial issues. If you have a child who has a health problem, a neurological problem, Down syndrome, all of these things can lead to violence in the family as people struggle trying to deal with all of these health things. So something to know and something to make sure that you try to prevent any problems and seek help early. The next thing that I wanted to mention for October is, it's called Cybersecurity Month, and it means you should also make sure your internet has a good security system, you're up to date, and during the holidays that are coming up, it's a good time to buy something like Norton or McAfee or something for an insurance computer security program, because they will be on sale. So it's a good time to look up those things. And the last thing I want to mention in this video is health insurance. This might be your last month. Check with your health provider. It might be your last month to make changes on your health insurance for the upcoming year. And if you need to make changes or you need to get health insurance, do it right now, because October might be your last month to do it for the 2023 year. So I wanted to put all of this in. I hope that I've helped you in some way, and I'm so happy that I didn't have a car accident and I'm able to do this video for you, and I will be talking with you soon. So let me know how you're doing, and take care. Enjoy your day, and I wish you good health and happiness, and I'll be thinking of you. Bye. Talk to you later. Please like and subscribe.